Welcome into another Lion Vision update. We're talking with UNA tennis coach Bryce Bishop. Coach Bishop coaches both the women's and the men's tennis teams. And, Coach, let's start out talking about the men's team. A year ago, we make it to the NCAA Regional. You go down to Miami and play Valdosta, who we saw a lot of last year. But how do we build off of that heading into 2017, and what's your expectation for this team?
Well, first of all, we're coming off a great year, losing to Valdosta 3 out of our last 5 matches. We lost to them in regular season 5-3, and then they beat us in the semifinals of the conference tournament, and then we unfortunately drew them in the regional tournament down in Miami. I felt like Valdosta was one of the best teams in the nation, one of the top 2 teams in the nation. So, as good as we were last year, we got a little bit unfortunate with the draw. But how do you build off it? Well, your expectation still stays high. We have, 4 of our top 6 returning. We've added a very, very good junior college player and a couple of freshmen. So our expectations are still high. Our expectations are still, try to be as good as you can be in the conference. Try to get as ranked as high as you can in the South region and to get to regionals. You can't win the national championship unless you get to regionals. So our expectations are still the same. We'll be counting on our 2. I guess you could call them seniors, even though one of them's a grad student. Max Drupal has been here 4 years. Max won a lot of matches, had a phenomenal year last year. And then Benji Poirier from France, he's a grad student. He played for us a couple years ago, came back to grad school. Both of those guys are going to have big seasons. And, Miguel Garcia had probably the most talented season last year. He beat a couple of All-Americans. Miguel's got to have a big year. And then we're going to have a big year out of some of our younger kids. So, how do we approach it after a great year? You just continue to have those high expectations, and you get ready to go play probably the toughest schedule we've ever had. This is going to be a tough schedule, be very challenging, but it prepares us for the conference tournament and then for regionals if we can get there.
The schedule already opened up. We traveled down to Birmingham, took on the UAB Blazers. We came up a little short, but that tough competition early, like you were just saying, gets us set up for that grueling Gulf South Conference slate.
Well, we open up every year with UAB, and it's really just a shot of adrenaline, if you will, because we don't have any prep matches. We don't play weaker teams to get ready. We jump in. We play a Division I school the first match of the year every year. UAB's they're always gracious to play us, and they're very good. We lose a 5-2 battle. We had a couple of other matches we could have won. We had opportunities to win, and you have to give UAB credit. They played the big points better than we did. It was not their first match where Division I can start playing matches the middle of January, and here we are the 1st of February. So they were a little bit more relaxed. We were a little bit more uptight, and it showed in the big points. So it was a great start in terms of we went down to UAB. We were very competitive. We had a chance to win the match. Now we use that experience and we get ready for our next match.
Over on the women's side of things, Coach, they've already opened up the season as well. A very tight contest against another Division I opponent in Belmont. We split singles, doubles. They got the advantage on us. But Claudia's back from a year ago. She was great against Belmont. And you had a young freshman from Germany step up as well.
Well, we're actually disappointed. We really felt that it would be a tough match. We felt it would be a 4-3 match. Belmont is much better than they were last year. They've added a new number 1 girl and then the number 5 girl. So they've got 2 new girls in their lineup, which tells you they're better. And we've just got one. Nina Linke from Germany is a freshman playing number 3. Her first competitive spring match, and goes out there. And after being nervous, which you would expect most freshmen to be in doubles, was outstanding in singles. Really was dominating from really the first point of singles all the way through. Claudia Arroyo came back as a sophomore, lost the first set, and then stormed back, won the second set 6-0, down 4-1 in the third, and came back to win 6-4. And then another sophomore, Claire DeGeorge at number 6, probably played her best college match since she's been there. So when you take a look at those, you got a freshman and 2 sophomores really step up and play well. Unfortunately, we came out of there 4-3 down. And what I liked about it was, even though you're playing a Division I school, the girls weren't really excited about playing a close match. They were disappointed. And so that's what I wanted to see. So once again, you take that experience, you take the toughness of the match, and we get ready to play our next match.
Building off of that, Coach, what's the expectation for the women moving forward, especially in the Gulf South Conference?
Well, the Gulf South Conference in the last 2 years has exploded. Our conference is extremely tough. We mentioned the guys making regionals last year. Well, the girls were in contention for regionals, even though we were 5th in the conference. We had last year. We lost 3 matches 5-4 to teams ahead of us. So we were so close to being in that top 3. And so what are the expectations? High expectations. We know we have a chance to be pretty good, but we also know our conference is extremely tough. And we're going to have a lot of matches just like we did Friday that's going to go down to on the Division I scoring 4-3, on the Division II scoring 5-4. We're going to have to win those matches for us to be in contention for regionals. So that's what it is, high expectations. We know we're pretty good. We also know the conference is extremely tough. So just get ready to go play tough every day, and I think we'll be fine.
Be sure to visit RoarLions.com to keep up with all your UNA tennis coverage. Tennis season underway. Get out when you can and support the Lions.